There's this thing we call the baseline, and although we may not recognize it by its name, it has a deep influence on the lives of seriously ill children. It's a concept of what well is for a person at a time. The parents of seriously ill children are very aware of their child's baseline and put a lot of effort into understanding it and understanding how it relates to their hopes for the next day or for their lives. The baseline is the reference point, something to try to improve upon at times, something to try to regain at others, something that can slip away despite the best efforts, bringing with it soul searching and the need for difficult decisions about what will come next. The baseline is made up of many elements. There's the disease and its medical prognosis. There's the person, a growing child with special qualities. There's hardiness and fragility. There's stability and complications. There can be pain. Part of baseline is function, the interventions to support function, and sometimes the loss of function. There's hope. There's the deep nonverbal connection we feel when we meet our child's eyes and the worry about its loss. There's faith, there's love, there's resilience, there's devotion. There's the suffering of moments and the joys in other moments, and there is mystery. A child's baseline is especially significant when it is understood in their context. That context sometimes involves time and survival and decisions that need to be made with urgency. An important part of making decisions rests on how we feel about our child's baseline. Where's my child right now? It has to do with how sturdy things are feeling. It has to do with how much has been gained and how much has slipped away. It has to do with the private promises we make towards our children. I like to think that parents control the value in this, that a parent's narrative of their child is the baseline. The medical team can help parents understand the likely trajectories of the disease and anticipate the hard trade-offs and choices that will come. But I'm often reminded that the intense involvement of clinicians and support staff comes with commentary and judgment. Even with the best of intentions and the desire to be respectful, it can sometimes feel that they confuse what they think their choice would be with what your choice ought to be. Even with the greatest empathy, no one can see things as a parent does. As parents become aware of their child's baseline and what to expect, they often ask how they will know what to do. Their child's life can feel so medicalized, so full of technology and medicine, that they can feel unqualified. At some level, a medical baseline needs a medical mind to appraise it. But the question of what is at stake and what is worth it can only be answered by a loving parent. There's no obligation more essential than looking out for your baby. Parents are the guardians and the keepers of the baseline. In the deepest sense, I think it is the children who actually own their baselines. Their efforts with their baseline, whatever their age or condition, can come to represent the value and meaning of their lives. Those lives will embody not only what has happened to them, but how they live with it and how they live through it. It's powerful to consider that no matter what the baseline is, it provides a foundation for hope and aspiration. The simple privilege of feeling secure in our goals for each day rests on the foundation that we have, no matter how full of assumptions and predictions that foundation may be. With all the worries and concerns that come when we look at it plainly, the baseline helps us understand what is possible and how to be our child's best parent. A clear sense of the baseline allows for a kind of freedom and a lofty hope.